Here, it is Friday night. I think it's October 7th. Correct me if I'm wrong there. We're just about coming up on 10 minutes after the hour, and things are pretty good. We can see the Booster 7 has been brought down from the build site. This morning we saw that happen in 2022, October. And got Starship 24 there. So somehow during the day they maneuvered the booster around the Starship there, and they were able to get the chopsticks around it. And I don't know if they did any lifting yet, but maybe that's what we're looking at. It's going to happen maybe next. Pretty exciting configuration. Whereas yesterday it lost. You know, it seemed a little lost yesterday. We had the booster 8 there, and we didn't have it. We have the Starship, but we didn't have any booster 7. So in such a small amount of time, things have changed. We got the 7 here on the chopsticks, ready to get lifted onto the orbital launch platform. Maybe right after that, they'll lift the Starship on top of that too. So we might have maybe they'll continue working over the weekend. The sun is starting to set. I can still see some of the red in the distance over there. But my name is Paul Mamakos, Ocean Carrier Space Corp, and we're getting the views tonight here at the Orbital Tank Farm at SpaceX Starbase in South Texas at Boca Chica. Pretty exciting. Pretty exciting. I got off work a little bit earlier today and did what I needed to do, and I'm back here before it was sunset, so sundown. I'll get some shots here to the left as well. Zoom out first. I can't zoom out. That's as much as I can zoom out. Okay. Let me just a minute. So last night there was a gentleman here named Andrew, and he had turned out to be 19 years old, and he's back in Brownsville right now, I think looking for work and doing different stuff. He had a good time apparently, so it was nice to spend some time with him. We saw last night that there were those kind of rectangular trucks over there. I think he was saying they were HVAC too, but we got those trucks over there, many of them, several of them, but we also got some more of these tankers here. So last night we didn't have any tankers, but today we do. Maybe they were just focusing on putting these trucks in place, I don't know. If you know anything about what those are for, let me know, let us know. For some reason, maybe they just need some more power. You know, I was having some power issues with the batteries on my solar panels. So maybe they're having similar issue with this, since we're not getting as much sun down here in South Texas due to it being almost winter time, that whatever they're using, whatever the whole region is using for electrical power, maybe several people are having some type of issues with the power, and they're just making sure things are a little bit better, make sure there's no issues with power. Maybe that's why they brought those trucks in. I'm not sure. I don't know what these trucks are, but we got 1, 2, 3. I see three of these tankers. Cool. I haven't seen Tony here yet, or some of the others, but maybe they're just lurking. We'll see. It is Friday night, so people all over the world, here in the United States at least, it's Friday night. Maybe it's, if you're in Australia, maybe it's Saturday already. Shabbat Shalom to some of y'all who are into the that kind of thing. Things are good. Things are pretty good. Making progress. In the economic sphere, we had the 10-year yield go up quite a bit again today, with spikes, so the stock market was down a bit. And the Fed was saying, Gregory Mannarino, again, check out Gregory Mannarino on YouTube. Gregory, like Gregory Mannarino. He said that someone from one of the central banks was, or from the Fed was brought out to calm the market by saying there's like nothing to worry about, everything's under control. And Gregory was saying that when the Fed comes out and says there's nothing to worry about, that's when you know there's really something to worry about, because if there was nothing to worry about, then they wouldn't be coming out to tell you there's nothing to worry about. So Greg was saying that that was one of the things that happened today. The Fed came out and said there's nothing to worry about. So, and then the bond market apparently continued to spike as people sold off their bonds, and the stock market crashed about 2%. Didn't really crash, but it went down a couple percent. Now the crypto market was down a little bit, depending on which token you're in. And what else? I went to work today. Didn't get much work done today, but I did manage to get some work done today, which is a good thing. I got work tomorrow too, so that's a good thing too. Sunday I'll be off, so I'll be here more on site during Sunday, and I'll be maybe just taking the whole day off on Sunday. Who knows? I'm not sure, but I'm gonna get some, put some attention on those batteries, see if I can get them up and running again. I left this morning, but I hadn't plugged in even though I set up the batteries for our first series of tests, or to improve. That thing goes off about every 8 minutes, at venting up there. I set up the battery, the one with the 10.9 volts. I set it up, but I didn't plug in the solar panel, so I wasn't able to charge it today. As I was leaving this morning, before coming here to the launch site, as I was leaving the remote camera site, I was thinking, man, I didn't set up that, I didn't connect it to the panels. I set up the battery, but anyway, I will connect it tonight so that tomorrow it can get juiced up, and maybe maybe that will rise from the 10.9 volts to the 12 volts that it needs. So that'll be the first thing I test out to see if that'll fix it. Otherwise, there's several other things that the many people here on the channel have suggested I do. The final thing I could do is just to buy another battery, but another panel. I'll probably need another solar panel too, but maybe the battery is all I need. We'll see. I'll get some close-up shots. It's not as windy as last night, but it is a little windy. I got the dead cat mic on, so the microphone should be good. And that's about it. It's pretty much a lot like last night. There's not a lot of work going on the Overlaunch platform. I guess they did all that work over those many days in the last week, and now they pretty much have it how they want it, and they're almost ready to raise up the Booster 7 onto the platform there. If you're, just a couple things, I didn't mention it to the gentleman that was here last night, Andrew, but he didn't have any money, and he was just getting started here in Brownsville. Somehow he got attracted to Brownsville. I think it was maybe SpaceX, but so one thing I want to just mention out there is if some of you don't have any money and you're going to get a temp job or whatever, and you'll be able to get money soon, in a week or two once they pay you, there are things called pawn shops where you can go and you can put up your more expensive stuff and not sell it, but you can put it up, and they'll hold on to it for you and give you some cash. I believe they'll do something like that. And then, so if you need like immediate cash for whatever, and you're going to get a job or something, and you'll be able to have money to buy back your items, you can always go to a pawn shop and get some. That's something I thought after I'd said goodbye to him today in town. I gave him a ride back to town this morning. I think he slept out on the beach last night. It's pretty cold. But he has a vehicle in town. He just didn't have any gas or any money. But he has parents, and I think he's 19 years old. He said goodbye to his parents, so he's sticking it out on his own, which is a good thing at that age, maybe, and that's a good thing. So taking steps forward, and he was contacting a temp agency when I last spoke with him. So yeah, but he had a bunch of stuff in his vehicle apparently, and I didn't remember to mention that to him. But there are here in Brownsville, there's a bunch of pawn shops, but I imagine around the nation there are too. And if any of you are listening to this, and that's always an option. You don't have to sell your stuff. You can just put it on layaway or whatever that's called. So that's about it. I'll get some other shots, some kind of interesting shots. We're getting some wind here tonight. In economic terms, if some of you aren't really into the politics or the finance, it is kind of important now to just make sure you got some a plan for what could be happening soon. They've been building up to this since 2008, and you know, the stock market could crash 80%. It looks like it's going to happen for sure sometime. It could be next year, it could be tomorrow, so no telling when. But and the central banks are continuing to devalue to dilute the value of the dollars and the different currencies around the world. So if you can buy some gold or silver, that's a you know, physical gold or silver. I don't have any right now. I used to have some, but yeah, if you can get some gold or silver, I'm planning to maybe do that again this month. Because the value of an ounce of silver is about, in relation to the expansion of the currency, if you go to usdebtclock.org, it's over $1,000, and you can buy an ounce of silver right now for 20 bucks, but its value in terms of the debasement of the currency is over $1,000. So 20 into 1,000 is it's 50, I think. Yeah, 20 into 1,000 is 50. So you'll 50x your money if something happens to the currency. So for every $20 you put in, you get 1,000. So every silver coin you buy, you're getting $1,000 in value. So that's one of the reasons why you might want to buy some silver. Gold, I don't know what the value. I think it's at least 4,000 an ounce, the actual value in terms of the dollars that have been printed and everything else. So, and you never know. The derivatives market is maybe over $100 trillion, and so it could be a lot higher, the value of gold. So, and silver. So, anyway, my some of what I've heard, and that's what I've heard from many different people over the years. So that's what we're looking at here is a quick disconnect, and also the chopsticks in the same view. So they did lift up the chopsticks and attach them, I guess put the pins in, or have them underneath those two pins on the side of the booster there. So if I move more to the left, I might be able to get that shot. But it is kind of dark too, and the cameras aren't that good, so who knows. If we had a much better camera, we could probably see it there on the left. But there's two pins on each side. There's one on each side of the booster there, and they probably have it positioned to be lifted by the chopsticks right now. It all looks pretty small from down here, but those things are pretty big, those chopsticks. They had them laid out when they were building them. You may have seen about a year ago or so, they were grinding them, and they had them right there in the main gate, and they were working on them, and they were all colored yellow and everything. So they were building those chopsticks here on the ground. I don't know if have any of you seen the building of the chopsticks over for the Kennedy Space Center, or are they doing that in a private location and they're just going to wheel them out to the launch site whenever they finish them? Are they building those over there with the crew, doing all the welding and everything else over there at the Kennedy Space Center? I haven't seen any photos of any chopsticks being built over there, but I heard they were smaller than these chopsticks. And that's about it. I'll just continue to get a few more shots. It'll be about another 15, 20 minutes. I'll raise it up to around the half-hour mark or the 45-minute mark, and see what else comes along. Who comes along? What kind of chat we might have. I got some video this morning. I just haven't put it together. I got several videos of the what did I get? Of the rolling out of the Booster 7 from where I did the live stream this morning. I got some video from there too in the higher quality. I just it was a bunch of short clips and the audio wasn't that good, but I did get I got some higher quality video. I haven't pieced it together. I might do that tonight or not. I could just delete it. I could delete it, but I might do that. Upload it. Couple minutes. One of the foods I got, I don't know if some of you are looking at what's maybe a good food to eat for this time of year. I don't know, but tonight I got some hummus. I got some good hummus. It was pretty good. I didn't eat any pita bread, but the hummus, it was good stuff. I was lacking of something to dip into it, but maybe I could have gotten some carrots. That might have been good. I couldn't think of what to get, so I just got the hummus. Maybe one of the next things we'll see is the Booster 8 get moved back to the launch site, to the build site. We've got I couldn't make out what that was. Yeah. Maybe the next thing we'll see is the Booster 8 get rolled back to the Mega Bay, and what I heard is maybe they'll take it apart and throw it away, kind of thing. These things are like sentinels. Hey Ken, from Florida. Yeah, if you're new to the channel, I have there is a thing where you have to be a subscriber to talk in the chat. So maybe that's why there's not a lot of chatting going on. But hey Ken, and you got to be a subscriber for a certain amount of time to chat. We were getting some other spam here in the stream, so I made that change so that we didn't get the spam. It was just not worth the time. So, but yeah, subscribe and then give the chat the try, and you'll probably be able to chat here in the stream. But this place is getting it's becoming cyclical in that they are getting down their rhythms and the normal way, standard operating procedure for functioning here at the launch site, which is kind of cool. You know, this morning they rolled down the Booster 7. They just randomly and easily rolled down Booster 7 down the road, and they had it all in top-notch shape how they were going to do it, even before the 8 a.m. road closure. So they got it going here, and you know, everything starts to have more of an order. Everything becomes more and more organized here. So it's kind of cool to see. Hey Ken, how you doing over there in Florida? Because you know you guys just had that big hurricane, I think it was, right? What area of Florida were you in? Were you in the western Naples area, or were you in some other area of Florida? I don't have a TV, but I did see some clips on a few of the internet websites and things like that. YouTube, a little bit on YouTube. Florida chopsticks are being built at Roberts Road. Oh, really? Wow. Is that Roberts Road here in Florida, or is that here in Texas? That name sounds familiar for some reason. Here today we had a bunch of rain, and that was the forecast had rain for us for today from much earlier in the week. They had it, they could see that it was going to maybe rain today, and it did rain today. So and last night too. Well, early this morning. So before I left the remote camera site, I bought that big satellite dish thing, right? Let me lower this down. I bought that big satellite dish, and well, it wasn't a satellite dish. It wasn't technically a satellite dish. It was a dish, right? It turns out to be a microwave transmitter, and it's apparently a pretty old one. So the advice I got was to use it for something else. So I could still use it for a camera platform, but what I've done is I took out that central microwave arm that's in the center of the dish is like an arm. So I took that out. There's some bolts you can kind of take it. So then that dish is like a big dish, and at the bottom in the center there's a hole now because I took out that central piece. So I have it level with the ground, parallel. I have the dish level. At the bottom it's like a big funnel, and I have a bucket underneath the dish. And this morning when I went out to the dish, the bucket was almost full with water from the rain because it rained early this morning. And then so I took that, and that plastic, round plastic thing, I have it turned over, and I have that as like another collection for water. So I threw that bucket of water into that round thing, which also had water in it. So I have a way to contain and store the water on the land now. So that's kind of cool, because when it gets warm and dry here, then there's no water. So I'll be able to maybe get a pump for that, or just get a bucket and take out some of that water and water the plants. I gotta maybe put something over it, a tarp, so the mosquitoes don't get to it. But I'll figure something out there. But now I'm starting to store water on the property, so that's really cool. I'm excited to get back there tonight and take a look if it did rain today, if I got like another bucket full of water. Central Florida. Oh, okay. Ken says Central Florida, 100 miles from the Cape, no damage. Good. All right. So you're near Orlando, huh, Ken? Is that maybe south of Orlando? Anyway, that's pretty awesome. Well, we got a couple trucks coming in right now, just to the right here. You'll see it as they come, one after another. I think that's oxygen, north of Orlando. Okay, that's good. So we got some O2 coming in. I'm glad to hear it, Ken. Liquid nitrogen. About another 18 or so minutes here, and we'll wrap it up. 1-8, another 18 minutes. 18 minutes. For those of you who've jumped out of airplanes, sound off for equipment check. Go, go, go. You know what that means. All right, starting to rain. Yep. That was a refrigerated oxygen tanker, that red one. Starting to get some rain, little drops of rain, and we'll see where it goes. Got nitrogen and oxygen here. Both, we got them both. It's Friday night, so people are going to the beach. There's a whole line of cars here to the right. Let me get the shot. People want to go to the beach. What are you saying? Yeah, 55. State highway, right? Yeah. It's a state highway, everybody. People want to go 55 off into the ocean there. It shouldn't be blocked. What's this blocking of things? We don't get traffic jams at the beach, only in the city. Can't make out what it is. Yeah, a lot of trucks coming in tonight. We got another one coming in too right now. Looks like next week's going to be pretty busy. Maybe they'll do a big static fire. They got the Starship there. They got the booster. They got the fuel right here. So we've seen liquid oxygen. We've seen liquid nitrogen. Maybe some cryo tests. And last night we saw some methane coming in. So I haven't seen a lot of methane, but when we see a lot more of that methane coming in, then we know it's a game on. They'll have everything they need to do the static fire. Oxygen right there, everybody. Someone's going to the beach. You're allowed to camp out on the beach with your trucks and vehicles and everything else. So for those of you who are wondering, do I have to get a hotel room? No, you can just come on down to the beach or park on the side of the road that I'm broadcasting from. And it's courteous not to block the park by the main gate if you're going to be parking this RV or whatever, but you can drive that onto the beach if you want. And we got over 4 to 5 miles of beach going north and about 2 miles going south. So we got about 6-7 miles of beach where you can park your RV for free. When there is a road closure, they have you vacate the whole area. You can't have any vehicles or anything. You can't be around here when there's a road closure if they do a beach closure. But yeah, that's where you don't have to get a hotel room if you got an RV or you just want to camp out on the beach. Either with a vehicle or without. You can actually just go and camp out on the beach without anything if you don't want anything, you know. But it gets a little cold and there are mosquitoes. And you might get dehydrated if you don't have any water. So. You might think, are we at one of the Love's gas stations, or are we at a one of those big, some of the other big gas stations here in the United States? This is kind of what this looks like. This is your everyday gas station with trucks. Want to move? All right, I might have to move. Let me know. You want me to move? I think he's got it. Hopefully I didn't mess up his day there. Yeah, I'm gonna move my camera. Here we go. The road over here on this side is very steep, and it may just be due to this is the public side of the road, and the other side is the private side of the road. I mean, the other side is Dogleg LLC. DOG, Dogleg LLC owns the SpaceX launch site here. It may be a branch of something owned by Elon or some of his investment partners. I don't know, but Dogleg LLC owns the land under the SpaceX launch site here, and the left side of the road here is the public side, and they're maybe not allowed to flatten out and make this area over here nicer. So the guys have to struggle when they got the big vehicles in to back in, you know. But it could also be due to the left of here is we have this is kind of a swampy area to the left, and when it rains a lot, or when we have really high tides, or maybe when there's a storm, there is a lot of water that collects over to the left here, and could if this hill weren't here, if these higher areas didn't exist all around this area, maybe the water would just kind of flood into this area. So there is some benefit to having this not flat area here, and maybe just a coincidental benefit, but you know, over to the right, those hills don't exist. So at least this area, the launch site to the right here, is protected if there's any ever high tide. But the rest of the land around here, you know, the water could just come around the side. It doesn't have to go over. It could just come around the side. So, no, there is some benefit, but it's not really, maybe, who knows what the benefit is, but that's the way it is. So that's one truck just pulled in. There's another one right there, and there is another one waiting behind that one too. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of trucks piled up here. I think I've seen 8 or 9 maximum all at once, 9 trucks or so. So yeah, yep. Let's see how many we got so far. We got the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, maybe 4 are in there already. I'm not sure. But if this area over here to the left were flatter, and if it had some type of pavement on it, then the truckers wouldn't be having as much problem as they're having right now. I'm gonna adjust the tripod here. All right, good to go. We got 1, 2, 3. I see 3 trucks in there right now. All right, so we're 3, not 4. Okay, good. And we got the 4th one to the right, and we got the 5th one to the right of that. 4th one, 5th one. All right. There's the sixth one behind it too. I just noticed that. Another one came in, so let me get that shot here. So we got 1, 2, 3 on the left, 3 trucks there. One coming out right now. We got the fourth one here. We got the fifth one here. And we got a sixth one right here. If you're sitting in a warm apartment or next to a fire or something like that, what I can say right now is I envy you. Yeah, something warm. I got to put a sweater on. I got sweaters in the truck. It's starting to rain. We're starting to get some rain here. It's we got some activity here on the side too. I'm going to wind it down in the next. I'm going to close it down in the next 1 to 2 minutes. Been a good stream, been fun to be here. Nice to see so much activity here. It's kind of like being in a crowd rather than just being, you know, if there weren't as much activity here, it'd be like on a lonely night. Cool in Oklahoma too, huh? Carl? Okay, that gentleman was coming from Oklahoma too. Yeah, if you can turn up the heat or maybe start a fire in the fireplace if you have one, or jump in a hot tub. That's what I would be doing. I used to have a jacuzzi with a well. I used to own some property with a well, and I had an on-demand water heater, and I had so unlimited supply of hot water. I had a jacuzzi, and I used to take a hot bath every night, even maybe 2 or 3 times a day. So I sold the house a year and a half ago, so I kind of miss that, but it's good to have some change. But again, at some point in my life, I will have that again, and that will be very nice. You know, I was feeling that I've had so much of sameness, so much ordinariness, that it was good to mix it up a bit and get uncomfortable. So I've gotten uncomfortable. I'm starting to get more comfortable again, but it's been almost 8, 9, 10, about 12, almost 1.8, a year and 8 months. I don't know what that is, 8, 9, so about 20 months of uncomfortable living. And I'm planning to make some changes. Kind of a nice truck there. All right, I'm going to end it here. Just those last couple of minutes went really fast. I get in front of the camera. Well, another good night here. Nice to chat with you, Carl, and some of the others. Glad to see you're tuning in and taking a look. And you know, I hope your day is going good for you. It's the weekend here. We're starting Friday night, tomorrow, Saturday, and maybe get some rest if you can. I'm going to see if I can get some rest tomorrow. I'm working though, but I will be getting some rest this weekend. It's nice to have the weekend here. Another week for the whole economy to have move forward, and it's going to be interesting. I like watching a lot of different YouTube channels and stuff, so I'm going to get some excitement watching what other people are putting out, and hope you get some relaxation as well. Adios, signing out here. I'll see you on the other side. Good night, Ken. CJ, snowed there in the morning, huh? Good stuff. Carl, Ken, See y'all. Night. Good night.